an animal like this feels hunger, just like any other animal, it's worth being kind to them.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days and sponsored by New England Federal Credit Union. My name's Ava, and my little friend here, this is Blondie. Today we are in Shelburne at the home of animal rehabber Ellen Jareckie, and this here is my new best friend. This week is a 7 Days animal issue, and our friend Rufus is on the cover. We miss him so much. You may remember that 6 years ago, we covered our friend Ellen Jareckie, who is the artist behind House Mouse Designs. Well, we're back, and this time we're going to talk to Ellen about the animals she rescues and rehabilitates and her wildlife hotline.
Wildlife hotline. Does this baby have its eyes closed still, or are they open? So I'm answering the phone often around 50 times a day. Wildlife hotline. So are they able to take the robins? So we deal with mostly orphaned and injured wildlife calls, but sometimes nuisance wildlife calls too. And then we can work out transport in some way through Green Mountain Animal Defenders volunteers. This whole thing is a volunteer network, which is why we don't have enough people. But what we really need is a statewide hotline. They arrived severely, like near death starved. It's hard, because I run the business full time as an artist, and so I'm trying to draw, and then I jump up to feed animals. Baby house sparrows have to be fed every 30 minutes. Baby mice have to be fed every 2 hours, and it takes a long time to feed a baby mouse. And then the phone will ring and I'll take a wildlife call. So life is not boring. So the little sparrow that's on the upper perch had been brought to me as a naked baby bird. They start to become more wild naturally because I've got a little one hit by car, and it's slowly getting better. Because birds are flock animals, I like to release them together. It's always good to go out in the world with a buddy. I do a lot of hand washing. I've never gotten sick from a wild animal, and I've taken in the thousands of them. Any baby that's that young that you sense should still be in a nest cannot survive without its parents. So if you find it in an odd location, like in the middle of a basement floor or in the middle of a garage floor, they need some quick help, which is what I do. This little one was hit by a car, and then they will go in the outdoor cage and be eventually released. Yeah, I got rid of my state and federal permits because it was overwhelming. And then I thought, well, that will be my way of reducing my load. I can take in only the few species that don't require any permits at all, which are pigeons, starlings, house sparrows. I, myself, love taking in the maligned species. Size has no bearing on suffering. So a tiny baby mouse suffers the same amount as, say, an elephant would. I was doing some pictures of some orphaned mice, and I found her at a pet shop in the snake feeding bin. And so I adopted her and a couple of other mice. Blondie just loves people. They're all permanent residents because they're domesticated mice anyway. Well, house mouse started in 1980. I didn't know really what I should draw, and I suddenly looked at my mouse and I thought, well, she might make a cute character for greeting cards. I've never lost my love of mice. They have fascinated me since day one because they're a mammal in miniature. So Ellen, when are you gonna give us the rest of the images so we can start putting the calendar for next year together? And I'm like, the animals sadly take priority. So I try and put 90% good outcomes on Facebook. And they also can show them what they might be able to achieve if they try. Oh, yeah,
so
tiny.
small.
Yeah, little deer mouse. This little one looks about 2.5 to 3 weeks old.
I just saw how small he was, and I didn't want to let him go out in the wild because I knew he wouldn't survive.
Everybody who comes and brings an animal here, I appreciate, because if we had more people like you, the world would be 1,000 times better place.
Yes.
It's amazing how gratifying it is sometimes. I mean, amazing. They're close enough in size that they should get along. Look at that. A little defensive, but nobody's hurting anybody. And I call myself the crazy mouse lady, because really, most people would think I'm nuts, but I'm happy nuts, so.
You can follow Ellen's wildlife adventures on her Facebook page, and we will get stuck in Vermont with you again real soon. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Sign up for our weekly email alerts, okay, Blondie? Are you gonna sign up? Okay, you promise? Okay. Oh my gosh, her whiskers are so, they tickle. Her whiskers tickle.
Mice warming by some hot coffee. my favorite beverage.
I remember you said that was your one
Yeah,
vice.
my one vice is coffee and carbs.
Who could live without carbs?
Right, exactly. It's just necessary for life.
Oh yes, for my life.
Yeah.